that with increasing or adding some legumes or eggs or fresh cheese or mussels that you will see in these preparations to increase those micronutrients and vitamins and also the protein. Also, we have to change to a healthier diet, like Mediterranean diet, for example. And we have to, due to the fact that there is a small piece of food, we need the much more nutrients in a small piece of food, and also the energy, the calories need to be less to the weight management.
So now I pass to the practical part, okay, the cooking, and today I prepare a day's meal, okay. I start with the high protein breakfast, followed by low calories lunch, a healthy snack, a complete meal, and to final I prepare a Italian dessert without added sugars, okay. So it's perfect for this. So now
let's get started.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's start with the first recipe. Okay. I prepare a oily fish pate with whole grain toast. Okay. So it's an excellent alternative to toast with whole meats, for example, or a toast with butter and jam. Okay. So for this recipe, I need a canned blue fish. In this case, I use tuna. So you can use mackerel, for example, or another oily fish. The oil from this canned, the cooked chickpeas, the fresh cheese. In this case, I use mascarpone, so you can use ricotta or another fresh cheese, low in fats, preferably. Provençal herbs to taste it, okay, and lemon juice, okay. So in a blender cup, I put the different ingredients, okay.
To do the oily fish pate first, no?
Yeah, I prepare first. I prepare the oily fish pate, and later I put the pate in a toast and garnish with arugula and a tomato cherry. Okay, so I put the oily fish, the cooked chickpeas. Okay, so you can use beans or other legumes. The lemon juice. Okay, the fresh cheese here, and the oil from the can. Okay, Provençal herbs, and put a bit of water to soften the mixture. Okay, perfect. So I blend well. Okay, until I get a creamy texture. So if I see it's too thick, I add a bit of water, okay?
To soften the mixture.
Exactly.
The idea is to do a workshop that is interactive, so if you have any questions, you can ask at every time, okay? In any language. Some preparation. Okay.
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 Perfect. Okay, so now I spread the pate in a toast, okay?
We chose this recipe because it's rich in omega-3 fatty acids. It also adds a lot of fiber from the bread and also from the legumes, and it's also a great alternative to eat legumes. I don't know if you know that we have to eat at least three times per week legumes, and nutritional guidelines are increasing the amount, so if we eat more legumes, the better. And sometimes we don't think about having legumes in the breakfast, for example. And also, the cheese is gonna give us this texture and added protein to our breakfast.
Legumes, what does it mean?
Legumes, pulses.
Yes.
Legumes, pulses.
Like peas.
Chickpeas.
Ah, peas, yes.
Peas, beans, lentils.
Lentils.
Yeah, you can prepare this pate with.
Can you give us an example? How many calories does this consist?
Later I explain this part, sorry.
No, just here.
Ah.
Seem to be not so good calories.
I compare my pate, like
Yeah.
oily fish pate, with a toast with butter and jam. Okay,
Super.
it's a perfect alternative
Yes.
for this breakfast. So this is the same of hummus, the typical hummus with chickpeas and olive oil and
But you
different
added the oily fish that gives this extra
extra
healthy
protein.
fats and
And-
protein.
Yeah, omega 3.
Omega 3, yes.
So
I don't know if the last row see the toast. You want to show them?
sorry, it's a toast.
And now the best part, no? You are going to
Yeah.
decorate it? Or?
Yeah, to garnish with smoked paprika. Okay.
This is really important. The visual of the plate is important.
Visually, yes.
Visually, yes.
Okay. Arugula leaves. And the sliced cherry tomatoes.
Much better now.
And perfect.
Okay, wow.
Perfect. Ay, sorry.
So here we have the first preparation, the first recipe. You know, you see here the comparative between the both nutritional values. You see that there is a huge difference in protein and also in fats, in total fats. And it's a great difference and better alternative. So shall we move on to the next recipe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So
Yes.
So, I mean, a lot of cases, people in Denver, we don't have time to cook. How does the pate hold? I mean, is it good for?
How much time can we have the pate?
the pate 5 minutes only.
No, in the fridge.
And the fridge. Sorry, I store it in the fridge for 4 days.
Yeah.
And maybe you do
Yeah.
batch cooking. I don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
You
can
prepare
prepare
a,
it.
We can frozen actually. Can we frozen it?
yeah. You can make a lot of pate or 3 oily fish and more chickpeas and prepare a lot of pate and you can
You can store it in the
in the
fridge.
Tupperware.
The ice cubes? The ice cubes container?
Oh, yes.
Ice cubes
Yeah.
container?
For example.
You fill it with that and take one.
Yeah, and then in the morning you toast it.
Anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
But every morning with the blender, maybe in your house, you are going to wake up everybody. So better on Sunday and then yes.
Well, what's the cost comparison? Because many, so I'm a pediatrician, so this is just general.
I'm in Italy. I prepare a pesto and later I spend the dessert. Okay, so for this vegetable spaghetti, I need a carrot and a zucchini. Okay, so you can use a turnip or aubergine, for example. Okay, so for cook the vegetables, I need a mandolin. Okay, this is a tool to help me cook in different shapes, in spaghetti or in the slices, to prepare, for example, vegetable lasagna, vegetable raviolis, vegetable spaghetti. Okay, so all of this is from Italy.
Yes.
Okay, so okay, I start by putting the
And really, the mandolin
Zucchini.
is not a expensive tool. You can have like there are a huge range, but maybe in your local culinary store, it is not expensive.
yeah. So see this spaghetti. Okay, it's very easy.
And
Aye.
in the end,
Okay?
It's warm.
So these spaghettis I cook in the microwave. Okay? In only 2 minutes. Okay? Because the microwave it's a tool to allow me cook easy, clean, and fast. Okay? You only need 2 deep plates. Okay? And a bit of water to create a steam. Okay? For cook better the ingredients. So in a deep plate, I put the different spaghettis. Okay?
We were talking about before about visually, and here we have a lot of color, no? So
Yeah.
it's really interesting in visually to have different colors, different vitamins.
Okay. I add a bit of water. Okay?
Yes, every time you cook in the microwave, no, you said you
Yes.
have to add a little bit of water because if not,
Always.
the food is gonna be dry
Yes.
and it's not gonna cook well.
It's the same to cook in the
Silicone?
fire. Oh, no, sorry, in the fire with the steamer. Yeah, it's the same to cook in the microwave. Okay, so more easy, more fast, and more clean. So you can use this dish for cook and for eat later here in the same plate. Okay, so put 2 minutes. Okay, maximum power. Always I cook in maximum power in the microwave. So, perfect. Meanwhile,
We are going to prepare the pesto.
yes.
Okay, and we also have chosen this recipe because you can get in a high volume, you can get low calories. So when the patients progress in the diet, maybe sometimes they are less satiation, they have less satiety, and they might need like a bigger plate, so with low calories, so that they can get the same satiety. So this is a great alternative. And also we have all the fiber from the vegetables, also the pesto with the legumes. We can have all this fiber that is gonna help us with gastrointestinal disturbances, and also the protein that we are talking about all the time with protein, and also the nuts that you are going to add to the pesto.
Pine nuts.
They have only these healthy fats that are always recommended. So
Now I prepare the
pesto?
legume pesto. It's very interesting.
Perfect.
I put in a blender cup. It's the same to the oily fish pate. It's the same preparation. Okay. I put the legumes in a blender cup. The pine nuts. Okay. The basil leaves. A lemon juice for the oxidation. Okay.
if not, the basil is going to get brown, no?
Yes.
And we are talking about visually, that is important, so to keep this green, bright, vibrant color, we need the lemon, and also it's gonna taste better.
And protein powder. Okay.
You're gonna add protein powder, okay?
Yes. Perfect.
Also, that is gonna increase the protein intake, that you know that sometimes for patients, they don't reach the recommended protein intake. So there is one more tool and one more method to increase protein intake.
Okay.
Bueno,
Well, see, I blend it well until I get a creamy texture, the same of the pate. So, to similar to the original pesto, okay? I add a bit of water to soften the mix, okay?
yes, sometimes you have to play with the quantities, no,
Yeah.
to reach the point you like, the texture.
Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. Now the spaghettis are cooked and the pesto is ready. Okay, this is the perfect texture. So in the same plate, I put the pesto and mix well everything.
Also here we have some legumes that are another method to increase the consumption of legumes.
Here.
We have to think also for the food waste, so we decrease the food waste, and we can use the same chickpeas that we use for the tuna pate. We can use it for this, and then we don't throw food. That we have to be conscious about that, no? And eating healthy, it's also eating sustainable, no? You said.
Yeah.
Always sustainable.
Okay. So to final. Okay. I garnish with a basil leaf and a pine nut on the top. With a little bit of black pepper.
What is this? Black pepper.
Black
Yeah.
pepper.
Like that.
Perfect.
Later, the ones in the back. Later, the ones in the back can get up to see better the recipes, okay? Now here we have a comparative of the, if we prepare this recipe at home, or if we get some pesto bought at any shop, and we get also like some protein, less calories, and also important the amount of carbohydrates and the amount of vegetables that we're adding, no? And also the total fats that are really important here in this plate. Okay, so we move on to the third recipe.
Yes.
Okay.
Citrusine, the healthiest snack. This, okay. I already prepared the rosinis. Okay. So I need many time for prepare this recipe because I need to hydrate the seeds. Okay. So for this recipe, I need different seeds. So chia, okay, golden flax, the sunflower seeds or pumpkin seeds. Okay, I need these seeds, the chia and the golden flax to create the viscous texture.
Yeah, no?
The
You
chia.
you can change the seeds, but the chia and the flax has to
Yes.
be present.
Yes, always. So you can change the other seeds for another seeds which you want. Okay. So for hydrated these seeds, I need egg whites, pasteurized egg whites. In a supermarket, do you?
There is available a
Yeah, a
bottle,
bottle to.
egg whites.
Yes. So you only need mix the seeds with the egg whites in a bowl, and you save in the fridge for 30 minutes. So you can see the seeds create this texture. I'm ready for pipe it in the paper oven, one paper. Okay. So now I see you. Pues,
Okay.
okay. Put the mix into a pastry bag. Okay. Perfect. And
You can cut the tip.
yeah, the tip. Okay. So in a paper. Okay. Piping the mix.
We have chosen this recipe also because it's high in dietary fiber from all these seeds and also high in protein from the egg whites. And also, it's really important, we talked before about visually, but also the texture is really important. In the first weeks after bariatric surgery, patients have to eat with puree and soups, and when they can eat something with some texture or that is crunchy, they really appreciate it. So this is a great way to change texture. That also you can sprinkle some on a soup, or you can use these crackers with the tuna and dip. And
Yes.
also it's a great snack to travel with you. No, you have some. Maybe one day you are with a lot of work and you
Yeah.
don't have so much time, so you can eat some grissins or some crackers
Yes.
and you get all this protein.
Yeah. You can roll out the mix, okay? And you obtain the crackers.
Yes, you don't have to get the pie, no?
Yeah.
You can only spread the
Yeah. Roll out the mix and you put in the oven at 100 degrees for 40 minutes. Okay, so when you can see the grissini or the crackers are golden and crunchy, it's ready for it. Okay, so it's very
You
crunchy.
must wait them
Okay.
to cool down. And here, okay, we have
Yeah.
some grissini for you to taste it. I'm going to pass this through this section.
These crackers have a Provençal and a little bit of salt, okay?
A little bit of salt. Maybe if you change the spices, you can get different grissini.
Yeah, so well, so
I do it.
I have trafas.
Yes, like maybe we would have more salt.
Very
Okay.
good.
Should we then move to
The
the
next,
fourth
yeah,
recipe?
yeah.
Okay. So the next recipe, as we said, is going to prepare us a whole meal using the plate method. I don't know if you are familiar to it. Here Giuseppe is showing to us. The traditional plate method is based the half of the plate with vegetables, a quarter of protein and a quarter of carbohydrate. But here we have adapted to the bariatric surgery patients. So we have half of the plate with protein, a quarter of vegetables, and a quarter of carbohydrates. And whenever you want.
Okay,
Josep.
so now I prepare the plate method, okay, with these vegetables and this carbohydrates and this protein. So for the quarter part of this plate, I use the potato, okay, so you can use some legumes, okay, a lot of vegetables, different vegetables, okay, zucchini, a red pepper and onion.
Also
So
to give color.
yeah, more color, more nutrients.
Yes.
Okay, so you can use the different vegetables you can have in your fridge, okay? And part of protein is a fillet of fish, okay? So this dish I prepare in microwave in 5 minutes only, okay? See, it's very fast and very clean because I cook in the same plate to eat. So now I put in slices the potato. Yeah. Okay. So.
We were talking before about that sometimes we don't have time to prepare. We think that to eat healthy or to eat more vegetables, we have to employ more time, and we are not going to have the time to prepare those dishes. That you are going to see that in 5 minutes we are going to have a plate and ready to eat. Okay.
So I put the potato in a deep plate. Okay.
With some water.
Some water. And cover it with another deep plate. Put it in the microwave for 2 minutes, okay?
Maybe depending on the microwave, you will have to put more time, no, you said, or less. We have to play a little bit with the times of
Yes.
the microwave.
Yeah. Depending on the power of the microwave, you can put 2 minutes or 3 minutes the potato. So depends of the power of the pickle. Okay, so when the potato is cooked, I prepare the vegetables. Okay, I use the zucchini. Okay, I cut in slices.
Here you could also use the mandolin.
Yeah,
It would
for
be
example,
like
yeah.
much faster.
Yeah. The onion I put in julienne, okay? And the red pepper, yeah, I put in julienne also. Okay?
I didn't say it before, but you are going to have available all the recipes with the amounts of and the quantities, so you don't have to take notes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you were taking notes or doing pictures,
Yeah.
but you are going to have available all the recipes, okay?
Okay. So, 1 minute more.
And also here sorry, yes.
No, I just wondered, do you ever do